Alright, this arena run was pretty crazy. Originally, it was gonna be a Drom video where I try out Dromedary and Green Beetle. This used to be a thing back in the day, but they nerfed Dromedary, so it only buffs the two leftmost pets instead of the entire shop. But still, it can be usable. This is inspired after watching Violet play in the 5v5 tournaments. Went for Dromedary Green Beetle strats 3 times in that best of 7 match. It actually went all the way to game 7. And Violet did actually win that one, 4-3 over X-Ray. So yeah, that was a pretty close game. But yeah, I'm trying to just get level 2 Green Beetle here. That would be pretty helpful. If you don't know, Green Beetle, when you feed a food item, it gives the leftmost shot pet 2 extra health. And then Dromedary gives +1/+1 to the 2 leftmost shot pets. So it is some early shop scaling. And if you happen to high roll it, it can actually be pretty good. But the problem is you lose a lot of early lives, and so you just gotta hope you get some lucky matchups here. And there's double Dromedary. This strat doesn't work very well if you only have one, so really hoping for 2 there. Got pretty lucky, and I decided to freeze Raccoon because I thought going for Big Raccoon would be a very fun team, and it turns out I was right. Raccoon is just like one of the trolliest units for sure. It's so dependent on the team that you're facing, but like if you do happen to steal a melon, it's a game changer. It's just so good. Alright, so in order to not lose some of the early lives, I made sure Cupcake was in this pack, and then I just decided to feed this Green Beetle Cupcake. It's only level 1, so not quite what I was hoping for, but still, just getting that extra health a little bit by little bits, and scaling it with the dromedaries, getting some extra stats. I mean, if I buy 3 foods, I'm pretty much getting +2/+5 a turn to these raccoons, which is good early scaling. All right, in order to not lose for the tempo, I just decided to go hatching chick. I could also go woodpecker, especially with pineapple, but then I probably would have to sell it and go with raccoon because the woodpecker would kind of like pop melons and peppers and stuff if I wanted to steal it from with the raccoon, so that doesn't really work too well. I guess buy sell mouse is pretty good just because it's like a 2 gold apple, and that's gonna give 1 extra health to the raccoon, so hoping that works out. And unfortunately, 1 HP short there, so not going to be able to survive that round. Still have 1 more round to work with. Usually, I mean, I think you can probably go Droms at least until like turn 8. But going into turn 9, I feel like that might be a little bit too late. So usually want to pivot off of it beforehand. But there's another raccoon. I can go for level 2 raccoon. Why not? Pretty much all I'm doing is buying food at this point. 14-14 with garlic. There's a chance if I run into a really weak team, I could maybe win, but unfortunately it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And probably going to have to pivot here when I'm on lethal, for sure. I mean, it doesn't work as well in arena as in 1v1s, because in 1v1s, you have 15 hearts, so you have a bit more time, and losing the early rounds isn't quite as significant. There's level 2 Raccoon, love to see it. And early Vulture, so I haven't actually pivoted fully. I still have this Stork frozen, and I'm going to buff this Vulture, so this double Drom will at least last me 1 more turn. And hopefully this level 2 Raccoon is just going to be good enough. Go ahead and steal a Garlic, love to see it, and I just able to keep the Garlic the entire time. It is possible to steal like Garlic and then steal, I don't know, a cheese or something, and so then your Garlic just disappears, but that worked out pretty well. And then just gonna feed the raccoon. This looks like a pretty solid team. So I did have a lot of drama runs that actually got to this point. I was buffing a bunch of random things, like a lot of dodos, honestly. Dodo's just an overall really good tier 2 to have. It's such a good effect. Unfortunately, the hawk killed the vulture there, but it didn't matter. Still actually won. But yeah, trying to find some scaling or trying to pivot into a summon team was pretty tricky because it just takes 1 team. I'm on lethal the entire time, and if you run into 1 sniping team or like 1 just really well scaled team, it can all fall apart. Decided not to go for level 2 Stork since the Stork's kind of small. I mean, 12-11, it sounded nice, but that kind of fell off pretty fast. I decided to just combine there so I don't have to buy something next turn, and I just wanted the tier 6, and I figured I was going to win anyway. But, wait, what? Hold on. Okay, the raccoon just did not steal the melon there. Or am I crazy? I'm pretty sure the reindeer just got melon, and then the raccoon just did not steal it. I guess this has to do with attack order. Usually, when in doubt, things go by attack order. So Raccoon, I guess, has to trigger its ability, and since it has higher attack, it triggered its ability, stole nothing, and then the reindeer got melon, so we never actually got to steal it. That's a bit unfortunate. I wonder, should they change that? That feels kind of unfair. Not that like Raccoon really needs a buff, but it does feel like you should reward people for having higher attack, right? This is also apparently something that's been changed recently with Dolphin and Caterpillar. So I feel like they've gone back and forth here, but apparently if you have a Dolphin that's just like a 4-3 and they have like a 7-7 Caterpillar, which is usually its stats after it gets to level 3, then the Caterpillar will transform to a 1-1, and then the Dolphin will snipe the 1-1 and just instant kill it. So that really nerfs Caterpillar really hard. It just means that anyone who has a Dolphin, even a Mosquito, a 1-1 Mosquito, can just end up sniping it. There's a lot of counters to Caterpillar now. This also means Skunk will go and give less HP to whatever unit has the highest health, and then the Skunk will copy that, so it'll also have less health. All right, so this team doesn't look that great right now, but I'm still able to win. Luckily, face some relatively weak teams. And there is Mushroom in this pack, so I don't know how I feel about actually freezing two things. I was trying to decide what to do here, because I wanted to buy Sell Cow, but then I just decided it's not worth it. Let's just take level 2 Snake and hope to run into something that, like, no matter what I run into, as long as they don't have 27 attack, right? That's the main thing. But I could run into steak, cheese, lemon, anything, and hopefully get multiple triggers. Looks like I get a couple at least, and then I also have the fly, and plus I'm dealing this chip damage with the vulture, so overall just a whole bunch of snipes, and it's able to take down a very strong team. I mean, they didn't really have any equipment, but I would have stole it anyway, so I don't know, this is just a really cool team. Raccoon with Vulture. I made a video not too long ago with Micro Vulture, because like micro will or not vulture will kind of lose to like lemon and garlic, but in order to get rid of that, why not just steal it with the raccoon? And you can see here we steal the lemon, we also stole that chili, love to see that. And even though my team got sniped, still able to win there. Just overall a really impressive team. I didn't really expect this to go so well. Here I'm just looking for a 1-up because that would be biggest improvement here. Unfortunately didn't find it, so I just decided to buy a sushi. I could have also bought like a cupcake on Raccoon. And one more team. Looks like a pretty strong team. There's some garlic, and I'm not going to be able to steal the garlic, but luckily I bought steak, so that's going to take a lot of the HP away. And I got an orca spawn, which is going to cause a whole bunch more vulture shots. And there we go. 10 wins with this team. Just a really cool team overall. I was very happy with it. And getting to show off the drawn beetle strats is also pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya.